loaded onto trucks and taken to another location. We were strip-searched and tortured. We were beaten all the way. The unknown location I was in had more than 2,000 Palestinian civilian detainees. We were handcuffed and blindfolded around the clock. We were subject to interrogation under torture, all forms of torture you can imagine, including use of frantic dogs. We were crammed into cells with no cover and only one meal a day. Many of the detainees died under torture. Many of the detainees have chronic disease. Others with severe injuries were treated without mercy. The detainees are going through hell. Enough is enough.
Kai Express Show ebiryawo oguno mutsibe uba basakurekura umuryabo 10 muri nyankoro banibigana abasibigana aba bashakurekurwa bakatwara mu Gaza Strip bakagakana family zabo amwe babandiza omu health care kubanza babajanja banaki mwenu babagamba ho n'abanyamakuru basa kugira ngo nyaburamwe mutuyambe ekintu ekyo mwene bikiryawo Joe Biden na ekibina cya Democratic Party bajwala na mwene government atari yo mubutegeki bwa America bajango pana reka twekoremo mu bantu mwe twahemuka Israel mujireba biyene korebi twatajibire kantu kandi Israel tinekera yakoremo etinambwenu abasibe kubarekura no kanga ati cyo kubanza Anthony Blinken nuwe Secretary of State wa America hata jizirengo Israel obwezi outwent bahereza omusente ninga show military aid oyiro sente zibent bahereza zindi konka hati katubanze tureba military aid paiya 20 jubarra mu close to 4 billion obuhumbe bana bwa dollar buri mwaka contributinga a military aid mwene kugira ngo sente zo members bahereza buri mwaka Israel kwekurakurana kurakurana uninga kongera amutindo omu defense system ninga shi ombyo kurwana hata cyo kiriyawo Israel ehindo nyenta horra hat Anthony Blinken yajangu hatre kanyomba gambere mbinire kintechi chumwe if there is no change or any slight change for the better in Israel, so the change will be from the United States. Anthony Blinken ya gambechi mwen azati kum Israel kubanebeta tira hompinda hinduka ombintu ebitujugambire etakozere ebitujugambire ekahindura mu mbera ekikiriza obuyambi kuza ombatu ba Gaza ekateka hema handa mirungi kandi ka safeguardinga abahibo buyambi mpaka omuri Gaza omurafa ito Israel mwamutatira empinda hinduka ito nka America ntokuteka hempinduka kandi je mpinduka ito ratecho Israel nyina mukikirize ngo mwako wa mwaferwa kandi ne kwa nebanyiga munonga Joe Biden nawe yayongera yakangomu iraka yakwate simu ati muntere hesimu yanjejo ati ntero muri Israel mbase gamba nawe one on one ati njirebe katwagambira mu makuru twarase kura ninga through envoys mwene muntere hesimu nterere Netanyahu direct esimu bagitekaho kuba gitiraho bakurabira simu Joe Biden muzayi wakazi wa America yagambira Benjamin Netanyahu nyanta hura wa Israel ati nyona ina ntinkuterere omuntu handijo ohorkize ebitukugambira ati byone bitwakushaba kuteka empinda hinuka naki nimbyenda bitandeke kurebeka omubiro tingwe na mu weeks tingwe na mu myezi pana nyendo mbiro aganugo makuru.
Days after Israeli airstrikes killed 7 World Central Kitchen aid workers, U.S. President Joe Biden spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The president warned if Israel doesn't protect civilians and aid workers, future U.S. support is at stake.
He made clear the need for Israel to announce a series of specific, concrete and measurable steps to address civilian harm, humanitarian suffering, and the safety of aid workers.
Those steps include more crossings for aid trucks and mitigation measures to reduce civilian harm. The Biden administration says it must happen in a matter of days. The U.S. Secretary of State says 100% of the population in Gaza needs humanitarian assistance, and those working to provide assistance are in peril.
This week's horrific attack on the World Central Kitchen was not the first such incident. It must be the last.
Biden's 30-minute phone call comes as the president said to be increasingly frustrated by Israel's war in Gaza that's left more than 33,000 Palestinians dead. He's calling for an immediate ceasefire to improve the humanitarian conditions and allow for the release of captives.
If we don't see changes from their side, there'll have to be changes from our side.
That change could come in the form of a policy shift. Critics have pressed the U.S. to stop providing nearly $4 billion in annual military assistance to Israel, but the White House says there's no plan to halt military support.
Sky Express Show nyenda kutangira mugenzi wanjye wasa kutogitaga majingo kandi niwe nkusime yawasa kutandika nitwe mpaka naga majingo ocherunitwe mbwen ejoniyo Israel hati bagitire kanjete ninga tima chache kigamo cyo nyankore so Israel bagitira ninga hati America naye nerugamo akwata nejeti nyaburawe matches nitweshengereza kare matches orumutabano witu Israel orumutabano witu konka pana charenga mwegarukemo mureke kuturebesa kubi akwati Biden burhakuza every state that he goes to burichweka cyakuza mu state muri America arakora campaigns nibamugambira ikintu kimwe yumadra iyo mutemuwe ishagame kwijira mu ngaro sima bici ishagama yaba ferisuti yakuriyo mu ngaro numuyita ba ferisuti hat Biden ebyona bimucyankarinye mushira yakurire na irondera karuru kenchure ndijo kutegeka akamariza policies zeza kwenda kwinegezo muri America kandi atabantu bona bemba mudisinga kandi comments ezo nizanzu koreka niki ekirije omukaruru ebyo nabikiriyaho Donald Trump cyanda cya America we niyakosa nka advantage we nakosa Israel itakugizaho munonga atakugita mwibega munonga ukana mangu Israel yaza jirumba akarunga basa kumushitamira ushaje mbasa kugenda konka wona yokwasa Ukraine najata America tubirensi yentaro tutukufa abantu bitu tufa mahanga gandi hatatu mwe muri mahanga gandi gayunga twarowire gatira bunkenke gatusijirizi na rubi abwenchi yito nka America takwete katekaho tukakora bitu nka America tukabasha kuguma turi America so powerful ati ncho kure bense zindi hata zitakiye kutarabya mamisho abo kugira ngo enkora yo America wowe nkata bandize kwefaho yesige nyuma yafa muntu ndijo kandi ndijo wakufaho no watakwitizo muri America ati nyo mama nakonte ko mu office I will make America strong again abantu ngo Trump niwe turebere akaruko kwikumena ku mwaka kuba nikibaho Democratic Party bakagitera akwati opinion polls hati sai zona zonza side inja Trump side inja kibene cha Republican habwachi Israel ortarwa Ukraine rugitahiremu kandi rwagishisha no mbantu politically nurugidamejinga economically rugikwitse socially amahanga gandi gayonge distancinga nagandi nagongera kuryebaza konka yonko munda irine kaferamu mwen ebyona nibani byana beherezo bururu nibana behereza government eri mu nkora yekibine cha Democratic Party ekwembera Joe Biden byana bigishisha nyani bishisha still the same government eriebe mbiri hanga ya America hati nchokora America yene fayo chona kugira ngo ekwate nyanta hurra wa Israel Benjamin Netanyahu emuteko mukashonda emunyigirize abase kwikiriza ibakushaba hatagire munka ya zamani izrabaletera Israel na America babasa kugira mu buhondano hati nchokorera bafa ha muntu hata shaize batagatingire Netanyahu mama no decision maker tuza kutahira government nibakoso mu gishogo kugira ngo no mukahonye no mu Israel abantu nibekarakasa bene besharinga nibenda ngo bahinduro bwebembezi nibenda ngo biyo Netanyahu bateko prime minister ndijo ngaho ko Netanyahu aremerwe kugarra abantu babo abahambirwe Netanyahu engiye kwikiriza ceasefire kugira ngo bo bakare abantu babo abantu ba Israel batakumanya Netanyahu cyo kubagamba nicyo cyumwe wona abagira ati mo misho gona mugatire hihi kugira ngo tuhendere rutaroru then tuswapinga basibe tubaretera abantu banyu bagarukane nimwe nabo bagarukaneyo ati nyore kamba tebeze eshaheje itwashikire aba Hamas twabanogize konga kwanki bo mutwayemereza rutaro tutamazira ho muhekera wo Hamas na yaba myaka 20 misho yaba 30 aba basigireho nibakwegita bazare bakanye barecruiting abandi batase abantu mbuhekera bagarike baturumbe kandi baza kuturumba bako batkoze bose mpango munonga mbawo binaba Irani tutwikizana nayo niye kugeza ubushagiki baturumbe mukonoko bizatera sumagiza tamanyire abona ba Hamas atkonga nyati kinkufa abantu bitu ndwakubihayo atkonga no kubihayo nyenda ko ibarera umweretere bintu bibiri nyenda kumaraho cyumwe umuhekera bakweta no Hamasi akuma no muhekera ariyo muri Gaza mu maraho cyumwe kugira ngo hagume civilians abatine nkora yo buhekera nyencha kare tonto mangu no butwe urutaro rukahwa abantu ito abafuna urutaro rukabaho rwa Israel na Gaza aba Hamas bahekera tubariyo there is no threat tonto mangu hatariyo threat sezindi nkeza aba Hezbollah mu Lebanon twetu inenkeza abahuzo muri Yemen twetu inenkeza Jaishka Tuma abandi abahekera nkabo ninga no butikiza no mu Iran ko nkaba hekera bagaza iki kibire heki bakutweta suza mbakwiza tweta suze omuhendo gwa mani munonga ncyo kurebera Netanyahu we ni cyakushaba beba murekere abanza maraba dene byo ururo bizabezemo mu 2024 mu 10 wenki yabe nashaba ninjantu wanchinga yana tureba Sky Express Russia tuzomo Russia yo kurebera nihanga eriya kabiri omukushoja amashita omunsi yona ekwebembera abantu bingi mwakumpakanisa konka na America hata abantu bingi bajango ngo America buri kimwe cyona niye kwebembera statistics says nubabara barrels za pade burijo wa barrels ziba kushohoza omashita omazibago naguba kutimba mu ihanga mbashohoza barrels zingahi omwijo warumwe ihanga nishohoza barrels zikwingana ki omwijo warumwe statistics ngo kuzibara bakamanya ngo ati ejiyana ishohoza omwijo warumwe barrels zikwingana ziti mwene barrels amashita ngo bagabara kurudo oire ngo kujibara kurudo oire majibara barrels mutabaro mu liters hati nkoko kwa man cartas hata zo barrels hata mabarom barrels kurudo oil mwen hati majangu amazibagona agokutima mamashita omwihanga ryitu twagagita gona nutuyamo barrels zingayi burijoba mama kumanyeze mukushoza burijoba bara buri hanga bazigita ba comparing statistics bamangweri hanga nirero kukizayo kushohoza amashita akwano yebembera kushoza amashita burijoba burijo niyo gwebembiri njye mayisa buri mwaka none ushoza amashita mingi kukiri hanga rindi omu statistics says nezo mwako guhwire ezo babazire omwako guhwire ubwo 2023 2024 twakagubazire Russia niye berekira umanyi ekusapurayinga Bungereza ekasapurayinga yonkayo ekasapurayinga n'amahanga gandi ago mu Asia agamwe abo ujya neshoza amashita mingi. Russia neshoza according to statistics zo mwaka guhwire barrels miliyoni 10 emtwari 12 na kakaga buri joba. Barrels miliyoni 10 emtwari 12 na kakaga barrels eza buri joba mu yanga ya Russia ryona. Kandi America niyebembire neshoza barrels miliyoni 13 emtwara 3 ne 15 wanchenga haturi ya Russia America tujirgeho yone shozi 13 miliyoni 13 Russia omwijo warumwe na shoza barrels millions 10 ne mtwari 12 na kakaga nene kula Saudi Arabia yo iri mtwaro za chinana na tekusikia milioni Saudi Arabia ni mujimangu niyo kuchiza mafuta bichi Russia irahari iri milioni 10 kandi Saudi Arabia yo iri mitwaro chinana na mwenda round there na izindi zikoyongerayo ni yakashatu konkati Russia pride yayo ninga shi omwehurro gwayo gwo kwesimerzana nama kugira amashita mingi kubene gashohoza yakafuna ka sente kingi kirireyo hata cyona Ukraine neheber batseremu akabita mu bigere ikagomane air striking refinery zayo mweninga shi ishundro y'amashitago mani yishundro y'amashita mweni amaziba iba kwamba timbera amashita iba kwamba runana crude oil yo bajya ngwati ninga kokora nko mu Uganda umuhoyima mu Uganda nitwe bayamba tima amashita hati mparo facilities nyingi facilities zaziri nkamaziba bajya ngwati nibatimba omu Arbatine region hati nichima tuina amaziba nkana tano hata mu mazibago amaziba mani hoja ngamwanya washanga hati katugire ngo mbarara yona namaziba mwene mbarara yona necyanga nekiyanja ekikutimba amashita hata maziba nagahi noshanga bachekinga umurika mukuzi bashanga unizi bari yo kubanza ni hari amashita biza mbapima ahatara amashita gona biza batambura bagashanga kanyamitanga hata nyamitanga naho bashanga ho amashita gandi naho mbabasa mwen ebyona Russia yatinwa kwiza kundeba Ukraine ebatire Ukraine yabagaroro baju amashita gatemba Russia yagira ati nyenda nyizemba ko robushaho na F16 zo kubahereza ezo nyenda mbatere mu ndebe agana ngo makuru ndukuruga.
Who spoke on the condition of anonymity to Reuters claimed that Ukrainian strikes may have disrupted more than 15% of the Russian capacity and continued to believe that Moscow still lacked sufficient munition and manpower to launch a successful offensive. The wave of strikes on Russia's oil refineries started in January, and since then, both Russia and Ukraine have used drones to strike critical for over 350,000 Ukrainian residents. The official said Moscow was likely to ramp up such strikes as it sought to degrade Ukraine's air defense capabilities. Yesterday, NATO marked its 75th anniversary, and during the NATO foreign ministers' meet in Brussels, Ukraine's foreign minister pleaded for the alliance to free up available Patriot air defense systems, which come in the backdrop of American-made F-16 fighter jets that are due to a program. Moscow has turned to its allies, especially North Korea and Iran, to supply it with more weapons, including ballistic missiles. When asked whether NATO witnessed Iran transferring ballistic missiles to Russia, the official said that the alliance was not.
Sky Express Show yenda kutangira embera yakiri akire kabakari kabasa kontware ntyaji tunabasa kugira ngo